Hi, welcome to Landscape of Mothers. I'm Jill Clifton. Today's Ask the Mother question is, how do I find joy in my job again? So I'm making a couple of assumptions. I'm assuming that the job refers to like paid work as opposed to all the other kinds of work that there are. So I'm assuming that the job is a paid work and that it might have been something that the querent really enjoyed doing before children. So I'm thinking that by adding that second job of parenting, that there's been some fatigue. When parenting is a very intense job, and so I think it's really common for parenting to cause burnout in the work, even though they're not related at the surface, right? It's just that you're getting so stretched thin, so tired, so, pulled in several directions that the job is the easiest one to kind of set down our joy and kind of go through the motions of. And so if you really love your job and if you still feel like that work is meaningful to you, then I think that there are ways to come back around to finding joy in the job. And that would be a lot around boundaries. So Desert Mother thing about not carrying your parenting worries into work, and trying to keep these two things a little more separate. Clearly, you're still a parent even when you're at work, and so those jobs will collide at certain times. The kid is sick, you have to leave work, go pick them up, whatever. But to do your best I would recommend having some kind of ritual where when you pull into the parking lot at work, if you're working in a location away from home, and if you're working at home, I would definitely create like a portal basically of now I'm at work, now I'm at home, and do the best that you can to let the things that are going on in one place not cross over into the other. My suspicion is that, or one possibility is that those two things are just overly entwined. And so you're carrying all the parenting worries to work and all the work worries go back home, and there's no space for either one of them. They've just kind of fallen into a big jumble in life. So if you can give parenting time, and give work time, the more that you can do that, I think maybe the more that you'll be able to reconnect with those things that were enjoyable about your work in the first place. And that when you're spending time with work folks, that if you're not constantly worrying about home, you can be more present to them. And then I also think it would benefit home life in the sense that if you can leave work worries at work, then when you're at home, you're more present to what's at home. So making some assumptions again, so please let me know if I assumed something incorrectly and I didn't answer your question. And the one thing is back to the portal. So this, for me, is a sun and moon mother thing again, which is we can create rituals or little actions that we do, or just like mindful actions that we do that separate one space from another. So when you go to work, if you are sitting in your car or you find a place at your home and you're like, okay, I'm entering work right now. So whatever that means is maybe you have to make a list of all the parenting things that need to happen so that you can pick them up later when parenting time begins again. Or you drink a cup of coffee getting ready to join work, and you just settle into your body. You orient toward work thoughts. You orient toward the things that you love about it, the bigger picture of what you're doing when you go to work. Then it'll be easier to feel that joy come back to you because you're going to be very much in that space of the work that you love doing. And then when you go home to parenting, again, you would sit in your car or find your space or time or little ritual of, okay, so now I go to the bathroom, I wash my hands, I let all of the work of all the things I've been doing all day, go. Again, you could make a list of things that need to happen at work when you pick that up again or whatever. And you just make these, it's less important what you actually do then it is that you do whatever that is mindfully, so that there's that switch from one to the other. And taking that time to do those might be very supportive for allowing you to enjoy your work life and be very present to it when you're there, and also being very present to your children and your family life when you're there. So I hope that helps. If you like what you're hearing here, please subscribe to the Landscape of Mothers YouTube channel. And I'd love to hear your comments below if you have any thoughts.